Good evening. I'm going to be talking about the Great Flood. My topic is, can catastrophic plate tectonics theory explain flood geology, or does hydroplate theory explain it? Catastrophic plate tectonics involves several dynamics. It is rapid plate movement that creates and forms the oceans and continents, magnetic reversals that are noted in the geography, uh, a global flood that is apparent in geography, and a catastrophic event. These are all parts of the creation of the mountains and the seas and the rivers and our valleys and our plains. The hydroplate theory consists of a theory of underground water tunnels and chambers that are under immense pressure and eventually are ruptured. They lead to the formation of the Earth's surface features, such as the mountains, the valleys, the plains, and the rivers. They are due to a crustal failure that is caused by a supercritical water that jets out, that explains the fountains of the great deep described in Genesis 7:11 of the Great Flood account. What we need to take into account of in these two theories is that God had already created the earth in the beginning. In the beginning of Genesis, He has created the earth and all of its nature, the mountains, the valleys, everything is already created. What we see in the flood narrative is a flooding of the earth, a filling up of the earth. It even says that the water rose to a certain measure above the top of the already formed mountains. So this is all very detailed, that God has already created the mountains that were already there and were flooded. So I don't think that the mountains were created through the cataclysm that we're talking about here. So I don't think either of these actually describes the creation of mountains and things. I think that it could be that these are a part of the flood, but I don't think that they created the features of the earth. That's not my opinion. There are flood stories from other cultures. There's the Epic of Gilgamesh. There's the legend of Sekhmet from ancient Egypt. There is from India the legend of Matsya. In the Philippines, we have Ifgoa, people's flood myth, and from Thailand, we have Fu Wutha. Sorry if I don't pronounce that correctly. In the Bible, though, we do have the flood of the Bible, which is known as the Great Flood. And was it a historical event? Is it an allegory for spiritual cleansing or redemption? Is it a mythological story with symbolic meaning? Or is it all of the above? I think it could be all of the above, depending on how you look at it. I, as a Bible believer, believe it to be a historical event. I believe that it is something for us to look at for our spiritual well-being. When I read the story of Noah in the Bible, I read the story of a very old man hearing God speak and doing what God told him. God had seen that he was a righteous man and knew that Noah would do what God said he would ask him to do. Noah kept his word to God, and God kept his word to Noah. As a Bible believer, I'm a man of faith. Faith is the evidence of things that are unseen. I have no problem believing that what God has said He will do, He does. Although it is good to have science supporting something stated in the Bible, I don't personally think that is necessary for the growth of faith or for the soul. A healthy balance of the two is a good foundation to stand upon. One would be appalled if we took our advances in medicine and threw them all away at the truth that we believe in a healing God. So also should we not throw out the notion that the miraculous can happen at the word of an all-powerful God. Was there a global flood that engulfed even the mountains? I believe there was. Did it rain for 40 days? I believe it did. Is there evidence? For me, faith is the evidence. Thank you.